We are crossing live to Absrod Oval, where the Scodfather will speak to the press.
I heard that he is in a grumpy mood.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to my channel, and thank you for joining. Now, in today's episode, we have the Thursday night press conference. Just coming down. We're back. Now, everything that I told you in this video here, the semi-structure reveal, it's all down. It's gone to the bin. Just coming down. Everything has changed again. Even worse. Let me show you something. Well, in the team review, I said, well, the original one, I said, time to show me your teams, okay? Video will be up on Wednesday, which we've passed that. I said, I want to see a 5-star Ferrari. The things that I'm looking for is structure, cash gen, performance. But the worst part here is must have Gorn in the team, or else I won't look at it. So everyone want to put Gorn in their teams. Now I don't want to look at a team that's got Gorn in it. It doesn't interest me no more. I don't want to see Gorn. He looked terrible, and so I feel bad because then I told everyone that I want to see Jackson in the teams, and then we found out that Shrek's going to come back in about 3 to 5 weeks, and then to make matters worse, we've got a new forward in town just coming down. So the question now becomes, how do I do team reviews? I don't even know which players are good anymore. Everything has changed. Gilden has become a rookie. Rookies are scoring hundreds. Gorn has become a spud. And Grundy has become a stud. Just coming down. Everything's changed. Let's go to today's game. Well, let's start from Sydney first. Okay? Let's talk about Isaac Heaney. Now, I've built... and this is no lie, okay? I'm not exaggerating. I think I built about 1,000 teams, all right, from the last 3 months, since December or January, whatever it started. It, I think it was about 1,000 teams. Every day I change. Well, every 5 minutes I keep changing 1,000 teams. Now, not in any of my teams in that 1,000 has Isaac Heaney been in my team, and now I'm thinking about getting him in. Can you believe this? I can't believe this. Now, here's the problem. There are 2 players that are going to come back into this Sydney midfield. And I listened to the horse talk after the game, and he was saying how impressed he was with Isaac Heaney and how well he played the midfield and a strong body. Well, what happens when Adams comes back? What happens? Or what happens when the other midfielders all come back? They're back in 4 weeks. Does Isaac Heaney hold that spot, or does he lose it? The only good thing with Isaac Heaney is that, he scored 144 points, which is a good thing. But, mind you, he had 26 touches. In that 144 points, he's priced under 500k. His buy is in round 5. In round 6, all the Sydney mids come back. Okay, so he'd almost be around about 600k by the time he gets to round 6. You're already making 120. If he keeps scoring the way he's scoring right now, you're going to make about 100k. Okay, plus bank the points. I could almost say you treat him like a rookie and make the cash on him, but a rookie that's scoring 130s. And it's not the worst idea. Mind you, if we were going to get Jackson, and because I had Jackson in my team. He was in my last team, Jackson. And I had Jackson in, and I was going to trade him out once Shrek comes back. But now what do I do? Now I've got Isaac Heaney. You've got the same problem. They're both going to wait 4 weeks. So I'm probably going to get rid of start with Isaac Heaney in round 1 next week. I'm probably how can you not start him? So I'm actually going to start him. and trade him out on his buy. That's the plan. Now, let's go to Grundy. With Grundy, he was on 10 points at quarter time. So he scored 129 points in 3 quarters. That's unbelievable. Against Gawn, not against any ruckman, against Gawn. Now, he's become a must-have, and the way he played today, we're talking, how many tackles? 6 tackles, 33 hitouts. We're talking possible keeper with Grundy. I can't believe I'm saying this, but he could even be R1. He was that good today. So, Grundy, we're going to have to keep him now. He had 78% time on ground, okay, which is not much. Like Gawn, how much did Gawn have? Gawn had 82, just similar. But Grundy, we have to keep. Now, keep going down, Sydney. We forget about Papley, all right? We look at Warner. Again, how can you start Warner when you've got 2 other players going to come back? So I'd probably skip Warner. Rowbottom, not interested. Rampy, not interested. But there's a boy here called James Jordan. He only scored 81, okay? But at quarter time, he was on like 8 or 10. He had no points. In the next 2 quarters, he scored 60 points in the second and third quarter combined. 60 points. So, and then another 10 points in the last quarter. So 2 quarters he scored 60 points, and 2 quarters he scored 20 points. So would I pay 280k for him, or 278 or something like that? I'm not sure. Because now I've got Isaac Heaney. I don't know how many plays I want, especially at that 300k price range. I'm not sure if I want him. So even if he scores a 90, which is reasonable, it just doesn't fit my team right now. So we'll see how we go. I might get him in. We'll work it out. Now, or what you can do is you can get him in and then trade him out in round 3 if he's going to make a bit of cash. But he's not really going to make that much cash. Now, Errol Goulden scored 77, played on the wing. Now, this is a player, just in my last video, I was saying he's untouchable. You can't touch him, you got to keep him. Well, I've just touched him. He's gone. I don't want Errol Goulden in my team now. Scored a 77, only 20 touches for Errol Goulden on the wing. And they put him on the wing. No midfield. He took all the midfield time. We thought that when all these Sydney midfielders aren't playing, there's 3 of them, that Goulden will get more mid-time. But no, it's Heaney that got it. And no one predicted this. Now, Matt Roberts, he was on 50 or 55 at half-time. He sort of stopped. But have a look at his fantasy score, 91. So I'd say he must have hacked it. Okay, let's have a look. He went out 94%. He didn't hack it. He kicked it good. So what happened to his score? Anyway, well, he went out 76, okay? And must have, okay? 150k rookie, must have. 76, you could put on the bench, you could put on field at 76. Now, Jake Lloyd has lost his role to Roberts. Roberts has Jake Lloyd's spot, and Lloyd's on the wing. So you got Lloyd on one wing, and then you got Goulden on the other. So it's not good news if you're a Lloyd fan, okay? Because I've got Lloyd in my draft. I picked him up, 3rd or 4th round selection. I think I made a boo-boo. Just coming down. Anyway, so that's the Sydney team. There's nothing else here. I mean, McLean played. People were worried about McLean playing, and that was going to affect Grundy. It didn't affect Grundy, all right? So Grundy, you can just lock him in now. Well, before the game started, I put up a tweet, and it says, the Melbourne coach found out that Billings walked out of Ad's Magic and made him the sub. It's just coming down. Well, that's because I put up a tweet the other day and I said that all these players walked out of the club, which was McKercher, Reid, Hurstwaite, Billings, Harms, Lazaro, and Windsor. Yeah, the 2 that walked out, Billings and Windsor, I've got no regrets at the moment. I'm happy they're gone. Okay, we're not going to bring him back. They can stay there. If they said to me for 123k, we'll come back, I said no, you stay back where you are. Just come down. We don't want you now. Now let's get to the game. Okay, the Sydney and mind you, if you got Billings in your team, or if you're planning on getting Billings, just forget about it. Okay, he's no good. Even when he played, what did he have? He played a whole quarter. Had one kick and one handball in a whole quarter. So how do you play the whole game? Probably it wasn't going to look good anyway. Okay, I never liked Billings, so that's why I got rid of him. Anyway, Jack Viney. Now in the pre-season, he impressed. He scored a 138. The only problem with Jack Viney, all right, because at that price, at 550k, you're pretty much wanting a keeper, all right. And now Jack Viney could be a keeper, but then you got Oliver, who hasn't really he played a bit of forward. Okay, once he gets full on back into the midfield, it's going to affect Viney. All right, so at the moment, Viney's enjoying Oliver not being 100%, but when Oliver's back, those scores that Viney got, they'll go to Oliver. All right, but at the moment, Viney's looking good. Okay, and even in the preseason, he had 30 touches. He went at 70%. He had a great game. Now, Petrarca. Again, you're paying a lot of money for Petrarca, all right? 670k, I think it is, something like that, 668 or something. Scored 108, only 26 touches. He looked flat. It wasn't the same Petrarca. The whole Melbourne team looked flat. Salem, okay, they said he's going to go into the midfield, which he did. All right, he had 20 kicks and 7 handballs. But the problem is, it's only 3 tackles. Like Viney had 7 tackles. Salem's not that hard nut in that midfield. He's more, he's lightly built, not as strongly built as the some of the other boys. So I'd say pass on Salem if you're interested. However, there's a young boy. Remember we talked about we went shopping, and we went to the cheap places where we went shopping, and we couldn't find it, so we had to get some from China. We imported from rookies from China, okay, in a container. Well, one of them arrived, okay, and his name is Howies. Now, 123k, scored a 91. And to make matters better for him, okay, we had a player, where is he? Bowie, he got injured, a shoulder injury. And so, if Bowie's or Howe's job security wasn't already strong, it's just got stronger. Okay, so he's a lock. Mind you, he's got a 91 in his system, but it's only for 1 week that's going to hold. But it doesn't matter if he scores even if he scores a 70 or 80, and he's very capable, he's going to make some serious cash. So you could even put him on the field. I mean, a rookie scoring a 123k rookie scoring 91 when you got a 180k rookie or 170k rookie. Where is he? Windsor scoring 58. Now, who do you prefer? You prefer the cheap stuff from China? Just come it down. Okay, that's why you got to pay less. You got to pay less. You get some good stuff sometimes. You don't have to always go to Myers or to Paris or to Rome. You just get the cheap ones. So very happy with House. Now Oliver. We're gonna be blessed this year. We don't need much cash, all right. Oliver scored a 90. He's probably gonna score a few more 90s before he starts. Because like time on ground, 82% for Oliver. That's not bad, but he's usually a bit higher. So and he spent a lot of forward time. He's gonna drop in value. He's gonna be under 600k soon. If he doesn't start scoring big soon. So we can get Oliver cheap. Hopefully we'll get Goulden cheap. If Goulden keeps scoring at 77, we probably don't even want Goulden, but Goulden's a gun, so he'll come back. Now, Max Gawn, what are we going to do with him? Okay, what do we do? what do you think now? What are we going to do with Max Gawn now? I don't have the coolionis to start him. I can't start him. I can't do it. I'd rather have someone pay a little bit extra, get it in English, or get a Wits, or get anybody, get Briggs, or go down and get Sherry. Because Max Gawn looked like he was in a boxing ring. It looked like he'd been beaten up. For a player playing in round 0, you expect him to look fresh. Looked like he played 23 rounds already. It was the last round of the season. So, I don't know about Max Gawn. He just didn't look right. He started like a house on fire. Okay, he started really strong, and then he stopped. It looks like his tank, his petrol, it just stopped. He ran out of gas. So I'm not sure what to think about Gawn. I mean, Gawn's a gun. He's gonna bounce back, all right. And he's not gonna always face Grundy. I can't believe I'm saying this, but he'll face easier opponents. But geez, Grundy looked good. Okay, so Grundy looked much better than Gawn. So if you had an option, you got Grundy. Then who's the next best? Okay, well you got English and you got Briggs. They're the next best 2. There's no one else because Shrek's getting repaired right now. So I'd probably go Grundy and Briggs, Grundy and English, or Grundy and Sherry. Sherry for the value, 400k. Instead of spending 500k, you're spending 400k. Actually, Gawn's actually nearly 600k. So 400k for Briggs. Let Gawn drop in price. Just do a swap. Okay, it'll cost you nothing. That's another option. Actually, I can't believe I didn't think about that. Actually, I might do that option. I don't mind that option. You just do a straight swap. So you're saving 200k in one hit, just a swap. Mind you, Gawn's got a buy as well. So after Gawn's buy, just swap them. Get Gawn in and Sherry, just a straight swap. You make 200k. That's actually a good deal. So next up, we got a Windsor. Now, the boy's got talent, okay? I don't want to put a young kid down ever, all right? So the kid's got talent. He's gifted, but he's playing in the big league now, all right? Playing with the big boys, okay? And it's not the same as when he was playing last year. So he's a massive sub-risk, although the sub that they had, Jack Billings, is a big chance of getting dropped. He looked terrible. Mind you, he didn't have much time. He had a lot of mates. But Windsor will get better, but I don't think I'll be able to pay 170k for a 58 when I can pay 123k for a 58. What's the point of paying one? Why pay more when you can pay less? Just calm it down. That's why we shop in China. Now, who else is here of interest? There's nobody else. Or there's Laurie, and Laurie also a sub risk. Mind you, this is one of those pay less players, but you don't want to get this one, okay? Scored a 20, had 8 touches for a 20. That's not impressive. Actually, he needs to touch the ball, get 2 points every time. Well, I'm just happy. Well, I shouldn't say happy, but I'm just glad that I didn't show you any of my teams or my latest teams, because I would have looked so stupid. Everything's changed again. I think the structure, when I said guns and rookies, well, the guns right now are the cheap stuff. Okay, they're the guns. You got players that you pay for, like Grundy, gun at under 500k. You got the expensive ones, the Gouldens, the Olivers, the Petrakas. They're the expensive ones. It's no good. It's like poo-poo. Just calm it down. So I don't know what I'm going to do. I'll be honest. I'm in confusion land right now. I don't know if I should just go all cheap rookies, okay? All the pay less rookies and a couple of the stars, like the Bonts and well, I'm assuming he's going to be a star, okay? After today's game, I don't know who's a star anymore, but surely Bond's a star, right? So maybe just start with a couple of big ones. Bond, you got Libba, and you got Tom Green, okay? They're the only 3 that I can trust. And from what I noticed in today's game, the players that go hard at the ball, like the contested possession players, they seem to be scoring a lot better. So we saw Viney do well. We saw Heaney do well. All contested possessions. So maybe the wingers, or the players on the outside, not that good this year. Okay, maybe you want the players on the inside guns. So I'm going to focus all my attention in my midfield on inside players, and the cheap ones happen to be the inside players. You got Steele as cheap. You got who else is cheap? You got Crouch, that's cheap. He's an inside player. You got Wines, an inside player. He's cheap. So although I did say in my video, in this one here, I said I'll limit myself to all these cheap primos, or we call them mid-price madness. From what I'm seeing, and I only got one game to judge it on, but I did look at the preseason as well. Okay, and the preseason again, all these inside players, they scored well. So I'm thinking maybe just get all the inside players and not get any of these outside players. Inside players at the go, and they just happen to be the cheap ones. So we're just going to go cheap and nasty. Okay, we'll see how we go. Just coming down. We'll shop to China. I'm not going to Thailand now. Okay, and Taiwan, Thailand, Cambodia. Look at all these countries now. I'm going to start shopping. See my recruiters out there. See what we can find. Anyway, that's all for today. Thank you for joining. And remember one thing. It's nice to be important, but it's important to be nice. Ciao for now.
That's all, folks.